Hello guys, Happy New Year from Peppino, myself, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I will talk about on how to make the build Spectral shield throw for Trickster. And before showing anything, I'm gonna say that this build is one, super expensive, and with super I mean we are not playing with any mage blood or just with the ashes. That is pretty expensive. And yeah, the second thing I was gonna say is that this build is one of the best build I've ever played, or at least in this league, after the Rush's Fire that I made early league. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below if you're curious. Man, that Rush's Fire was insane, but this build is too insane. So yeah, without further ado, I'll roll out the showcases. Alright guys, now that you've seen the showcases, we can start talking about this build. So we can start off with the Ascendancy. Of course, as I said before, we are playing with the Trickster Ascendancy because of its tankiness. We are playing with the Polymath with one step ahead, Escape Artist and Soul Drinker. Soul Drinker is pretty useful for us because it gives us attack speed and cast speed while leeching, and our leech is like infinite because it's not removed when energy shield is filled. So if we are full energy shield and attacking, we have this increase in cast and attack speed. Then we can, I think, move on for now on the gear. So we have this rapier. I made a video on how to craft this. If you haven't seen it or if you're curious to see it, I'll put it in the description down below. Probably the cost of this is like 10 divines on average, but there is a more expensive version. I'll also show it in the video. So yeah, we have this shield with called Emperor's Vigilance. It's the best shield for this build because of its insane energy shield, like amount of energy shield, and we need a shield with a lot of energy shield because of this jewel. So this jewel gives us base crit chance per 10 energy shield on shield, and also 4% crit multi per 10 energy shield or shield. Yeah, that is it. Then we have this helmet that you can craft it easily by buying a energy shield base helmet with the Spectral shield throw enchantment. So you can craft it by spamming Essence of Greed until you hit suppress spell damage and, let's say, life. Yeah, and some resistances too. Yep. Then we have this body armor that you can craft the same way you craft the helmet. You need a bunch of spell suppression and chaos rest and this, and also life. Remember, you need the evasion rating and energy shield base because it's the best one we can have. Then with the gloves, to craft those gloves you need to buy a attack speed fracture pair of gloves, and to craft those you need to use the Veiled Chaos to get the fist damage convert to cold. Until you get that, you can I don't know, craft some life or like this if you're lucky to get the right amount of free suffixes and prefixes. For the boots, we have this pair of boots with movement speed, life, chaos rest, some rest like cold, and spell suppression chance. Yeah, that is almost mandatory for every piece of gear. Then we have the ashes. Yeah, that is also, I think, mandatory, but if it's not mandatory, like it's the best piece we can get as an amulet. You can get something cheaper, but it won't be as this piece. Then we have this ring with a shit ton of resistances, life, and non-channeling skills have mana 7 to total mana cost. Then we have this ring with also shit ton of resistances, chaos resistances in this case, and life and non-channeling skills. Then for the belt we have a Stygian Vice, with maximum life and increased maximum life, with a 36% wed, or I mean increase elemental damage with attack skills. I mean, yeah, the Abyss Jewel with life and facing on kill also. Now we can move on, I think, on the jewels. We get some expensive ones, like this Garm Spectrum that gives us minimum frenzy, then this one that gives us power charges, and this one minimum endurance. Pretty mandatory, or at least for the endurance charged one, this is pretty mandatory, yeah. For the other ones you can use like I don't know, like elemental res or like elemental damage if you need to buy something cheaper. Then our Watcher's Eye is with the fist damage converted to cold while affected by hatred, and damage called the pen with hatred. This is also pretty expensive. I mean, if you need to buy something cheaper, your budget is not that high, you could buy a watcher site with only fees converted to code. That will work for sure. Then we'll now what? Yeah, the medium clusters with eye-to-eye and repeater, we got 2 of them. Then a large cluster jewel with Feed the Fury that gives us life leech, Fuel the Fight and martial prowess. Then a one with Fuel the Fight, martial prowess and veteran defender. Fuel the Fight that gives us a mana leech. I think we done with the jewels. Nope, I'm wrong. Yeah, we get a Thread of Hope that allocates this ring of passives, like this, yeah. And if you don't have Path of Building, this is the tree we are using. If you do have Path of Building, I'll put the POB in the description with the prices of every piece, or at least the entire price of the build. The total, price of the build. We have another jewel, the Brutal Restraint, that gives us some attack speed, some crit chance, and so on. And if you don't know, I have a video on my channel on that explain how to get the perfect timeless jewel for your build. You can do this, and yeah, I'll put it also in the description. That is insane. You can get every perfect timeless jewels for your build. That is it for the jewels. Now we go on and see the gems. We're playing with Tempest Shield, so we can almost we can cap our spell block chance, although we are with Cleansing Blows. We get a Sniper's Mark with Mark on it and left up. Hatred, Precision and Grace linked with an Enlighten level 3. SST we linked with Vicious Projectiles, Cold Pen, Elemental Damage with Attacks, Inspiration Anomalous version variant, and Energy Leech. We got Immortal Call with Cast when damage taken, Herald of Purity and Willing Blades. We're using Anomalous Herald of Purity with 10% to chance to taunt on it, the minions Taunt means that target the minions instead of us. Then a dash with Second Wind and linked with left tap, and Vortex with Unbound Elements and Bone Chill, so we can chill enemies' ass. Yeah, pretty good. This is a build, guys. It's insane. It's one of my favorite builds so far. As I said, the playstyle is pretty good, the clearing speed is nice, the bossing damage is pretty good, we are pretty tanky with the Energy Shield Leech. It's uber viable, you can do any uber with this build, I think. Yeah, maybe the only thing that you are not able to do with this build is simulacrums, but I'm not sure because I didn't test. But yeah, this is a build, guys. What can I say? You just have to try to say it by yourself. You say it to yourself. Yeah, the guy is ended. If you like the video, you can like the video and subscribe. Of course, guys, if you have any question, you can ask in the comments down below. And yep, my English is bad, but I will get good. I will get good at some point. I don't know when though. That's it, guys. Bye bye.